Well, good evening to everyone out there in Facebook land. So glad to join you tonight for our 100th day. I guess we call it celebration. We're actually about a week behind. Our 100th day was last Tuesday, and as I'm sure all of you know, we had a few other things going on in the country that we thought we'd have a better opportunity to reach more of you if we weren't competing with the national election. So we put it off for 1 week to again give everybody the opportunity to join in. Our first Facebook Live was an incredible success. I'm trying to look at the numbers now to see where we are on the number of folks who are logged in, and I'm just kind of trying to kill a little time until we give a few more folks time to get on. We had over 800 who logged in on our inaugural Facebook Live session. We had over 1,400 comments throughout that 1 hour session and 13,000 shares. So I'm hoping all of you who are watching right now will, and I think we might need to adjust the camera a little bit. What I'm seeing over here has me about from my nose down. I'm not sure if that's right or not. Oh, there we go. Okay, all right. That was on my end. Yeah, we had over 13,000 shares the last time, so we want to make sure that we get all of our Gram fam on tonight to hear what we have to say about our first 100 days, which has really been an incredible experience. We just continue to thank God every day for the opportunity to serve as the 10th president here at Grambling. I have to tell you, really the high point of this entire 100 days has been the interaction with our students. You just can't believe the high caliber and quality of students that we have here on the campus, and I brag on them every chance I get. And one of the other things that I like to do is to get out and interact with the students. I get a little claustrophobic here in the president's office, and so quite often I'll just walk over to Tiger Express and have lunch at my favorite is Panda Express over there. And get a chance to just interact with the students, and it's incredible how many of them come up to me and say that they've been here 2 or 3 years, some 4, and that this is the first time they've actually met the president in person. So that certainly motivates me to be as visible as I can, and to be out with our students so that so they know that we're here and here for them. And so it's been a great 100 days. We're trying to maneuver the tripod and making sure that we've got our picture centered and all that. So if you see a little movement here, this team we have assembled here is an incredible team. We've got Will Sutton, who is of course our communications director. Greta Carter, my sister from another mother, is here to my left, and Martin Lamel, our COO, and the newest member of our team, Mark Newman, who is our vice president for advancement, is joining us here in the president's conference room as well. So again, I'm kind of stalling a little bit because again I wanted to give more people an opportunity to log on. I see we're at about 169 right now. So just share it with your friends, because I'd hate to get started and then the questions are going to start rolling in on things that I've already covered. So I certainly want to give everybody an opportunity to be a part of this. I see Daryl Jackson signed on. We've got folks from California. I saw somebody from California and from St. Louis. I think I saw Christelle Hicks from Jackson, Mississippi, my home girl. Karen Mansfield Potts. I see she's popped up. Ken Rashad. Tell you what, had a great sit down with Ken out in at the Tom Joyner studios in Dallas a month or so ago. And Ken, I appreciate you continuing to write and report on HBCU sports. And if you all are not clued in on Ken and his writing, please do, because he certainly does a great job. Not just talking about our winning Tigers, but about HBCU sports in general. So let's see, Lena from here in Louisiana, Terry Holmes from ATL, Geraldine, Gabby Jones, and again talked about Ken Rashad is on. And again, Ken, we appreciate everything that you're doing, and of course as one of our products, you're doing well. I see Autry Alexis has signed on, and Dwayne Priestley, Pink, good to see you logged on. You get the rest of your line brothers and everybody on it as well, if they know how to do Facebook. That's a challenge to all my frat brothers out there. Let's see, Dustin Barnes is on, and Aaron Duncan. They're passing me notes, so if I look a little distracted, it's because I'm trying to do these shout outs. Michelle Sims, Desiree from Michigan. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in. All right, so I'm going to just kind of go through a few things. So I also wanted to mention I got an email from Eric Phillips earlier, our homeboy from Grambling, who had some great notes to share. And Eric, I appreciate you reaching out, and it was certainly good hearing from you. Our mission at Grambling has not changed. I mean, we are still the institution where everybody is somebody, and having had the opportunity to know Prez Jones and Dr. Joseph Benjamin Johnson and Coach Robinson, it's just a part of who we are and what we expect here at Grambling. So we've spent this first 100 days, trying to emulate and exemplify the type of leadership that they all had, and that quite frankly everybody expects. And we've done I think we've done a lot in this 100 days. Not everything's been perfect. I did get an email from one alum who said I was underdressed for homecoming because I was in keeping with the students who have colors of the game, and in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October, it was a pink and black colors for the homecoming game. And so I dressed with the students, and so I'll say to those alums who say that I should have been in black and gold, I will tell you that our students are glad that I participate with them, and I did talk to our SGA leadership about it, and they say they appreciate the fact that I do participate with them on the game color. So to the alum from the 70s who thought I shouldn't wear pink, sorry, students going to win out on that one, because again, we're here on the campus every day, and it's important that my relationship with our students be as close as possible, because again, we're here on a daily basis, and that relationship is important. And I hadn't looked to see if that alum who criticized my attire has written any checks lately, but rest assured I'm going to be looking to see whether that alum has been as committed to giving back to Grambling as they've been in giving advice on what I should wear at homecoming. We've engaged with our faculty and staff in terms of student development. We're always looking to ways that we can improve what we do every day. And of course, coming in 100 days ago, a lot of what we've had to do is to simply assess what we've encountered, and again to figure out how we can do it better. So we've provided some funds for our faculty senate to do some faculty professional development. We're also invested in some student leadership development as well with our student leadership in this initiative and with our first year experience. So we're trying to start early with our students in investing in their development, not just in terms of their academic pursuit, but also in leadership development. When we look at where we are this semester, we're excited that our enrollment is up. We're at 4,863, which is an improvement of 7% over last year. Our freshman enrollment is up 35%. We're incredibly excited about that. And in just talking to our Vice President of Enrollment Management, our applications for next year's class are over where we were this time last year. So, and then we also think about high school day. We had, I believe, over 2,700 participants in high school day this year. Last year was about 2,000, and the year before that was roughly 900. So when you look at the number of students who have participated in our high school day, again, all indications are that our numbers are continuing to increase in terms of high school day. And I tell you, I was able to address the high school day students in the auditorium, and oh my God, it was packed. It was literally standing room only in T.H. Harris Auditorium, and we had the world fame in there, and DJ Twin, I think it was, there. So they enjoyed it, and we certainly gave them a lot to see and a lot to hear on high school day. And we also put on, our football team put on an exhibition at the stadium that afternoon, blowing out the Alcorn, as we all remember. Oh, a shout out to La Monica in Abu Dhabi. Oh wow. Okay, we've got folks looking in from all over the world. You know, again, as we talk about what we've done over this 100 days, we've certainly prepared and we've listened. We've had discussions, and I'll talk a little bit more about specifics of the number of meetings and interactions we've had. And of course, as we have encountered situations and issues, we've tried to deal with them, and to also look at planning to do better going forward. And I will use this as an example. For homecoming, we had a record attendance. I mean, the weather was beautiful. You know, obviously our football team did exceptionally well. Our numbers for homecoming, 16,573 in the stadium. We didn't count everybody who was, you know, in tailgating and spread out across the campus and throughout the city of Grambling. Well, next year, we're going to do a few things differently. We're going to, number one, get some traffic counters out so that we can track the amount of cars that are coming into the city and to the campus. We're also going to have alternate routes that'll be advertised through the electronic signs out on Interstate 20. We understand there were, you know, significant backups out on the interstate, and we're, again, what we did was we called a meeting of our game day team to assess everything that happened, to again start looking towards next year and how we can prepare better to deal with the traffic. So you know, and from all indications in talking to the team with Terrence Bradford and everyone else, that they'd not done any, you know, post-game analysis afterwards to talk about planning for subsequent years. So again, we're trying to identify where our weaknesses are and plan and prepare so that we won't replicate these things going forward. One of the other things that was pointed out was concessions. That the concession stand lines were long, and of course it was hot, so people couldn't get a cool, refreshing drink of Dasani water while at the stadium. So we'll make sure next year that we have, assuming that the weather is like it was this year, that we'll have more beverage, water and soft drink vendors available to be able to accommodate our guests at the stadium. So again, we're looking to assess and improve on everything we do. Okay, Dr. Burdex Copeland is on. Annette Hersey, class of 1986. Jordan Williams, I want to go to Grambling when I grow up. Jordan, we will be looking for you to come to Grambling. All right, we're approaching, we're over 300, 362 right now, 368. So our numbers are continuing to grow, like our enrollment. So again, we're looking to establish a best-in-class leadership team and to recruit for critical roles. Again, we mentioned Mark Newman, who has joined our team in advancement. He and I, along with Mr. Sutton, were in Houston 2 weekends ago, and we met with the Urban League there in Houston. We went did an editorial board visit with the Houston Chronicle. Attended a fundraising event out there. So again, he's jumped right in and has gotten involved, and we're looking to expand his involvement in our fundraising and advancement efforts going forward. Oh, before I forget, the 10 for 10 challenge is still going on until I think it closes out December 1st. So to Angeli and to Marva and all our Grambling Knights who are involved in this effort, we appreciate the fact that you all have continued to be engaged and involved in 10 for 10, and we want to remind everyone to play a part. Now, you're not limited to $10. I mean, you can certainly give more, and a lot of people have given more. I gave more. So I want to encourage all of you to participate in the and support the 10 for 10 challenge. So because I don't need Angeli and Marva to talk mean to me if y'all don't participate. So I need y'all to get involved. 10 for 10. Let's see. San McGee is on. Miss Stubblefield from Little Rock, I believe. I see a comment from her, Ken Jones, and Sharon Fowler. Now, Will Sutton's writing notes. Can y'all read this? I'm having a hard time with it. Let's see. Alan and Arthur Mayberry. Ricky, all right, man. I'll tell Mom you said hello. Well, I can't make out this first one. You're going to have to help me.
Bianca McCurry.
Bianca?
She's a student. She wants to meet you before she graduates.
Oh, Bianca's a student. She wants to meet me before she graduates. Well, if you can't catch me at Panda Express or in the cafeteria, had breakfast with Coach Fobbs one day last week in the cafeteria and got a chance to talk to a number of students and coaches while I was in there that day. So I'm out a lot, but if we don't run across you out on campus, you come see me. We're also and again, I'm just kind of bouncing around, but and if you notice, I'm looking at a slide deck that we prepared just to kind of make sure I touch on a lot of the 100-day points that we've been able to accomplish. Customer service. We had gotten comments that some departments had provided less than a level of customer service that was below what we expect at any business. And so as those things have been brought to our attention, we've tried to address them. Our ticket office, we've continued to receive feedback relative to our ticket office. One of the things that we're not taking advantage of is buying our tickets online. That is a capacity and a capability that we have through our ticket office. So I want to encourage all of you to utilize that. your Bayou Classic tickets, you want to go ahead and buy those and buy them through our ticket office. Again, we're looking for a really good game this year. We're undefeated in the SWAC. Southern University is undefeated in the SWAC, and that's a game that you absolutely don't want to miss. And please remember that your support of the Bayou Classic by purchasing tickets, not by asking for comp tickets, but by purchasing tickets directly affects our ability to continue to provide top quality education to our students. So, as much as, we would love to be able to give away a lot of tickets, we just, there's a ticket policy that we have to follow that's system-wide. And again, this game is so critical because it does provide the opportunity to fund scholarships for our students. So, for those of you who were, considering asking me for free tickets, or if you've already inboxed me or text messaged me or sent me a message by a carrier pigeon that you've never been to the Classic and you need some tickets, go. They're still affordable, and I just want to encourage you to support our students by purchasing those tickets. Another thing that we've attempted to do and certainly plan to do more of is reconnecting with key stakeholders and developing ways to enhance existing relationships. With the turnover in administrations, there have been balls dropped. There have been follow-ups that haven't occurred. We certainly are doing a better job of making sure that we follow up. Again, just watching Mark work, collecting cards and following up with emails and calls to individuals, ensuring that we're sending out thank yous to our supporters, preparing to send out communications both electronically and for those who still operate in a snail mail world, making sure that we connect with you on that level as well. So it's our intention to make sure that we do a better job of interacting, engaging with all of you, with our supporters, and for those who have been supporters that we may have lost touch with. We're certainly looking to reconnect with individuals and corporations. I talked about where we are in terms of our enrollment currently. We are certainly not intending to settle at 4863. It is our intention to continue to grow. Our immediate target number is 6,000 that we're shooting for. Because again, with the current infrastructure that we have here on campus, we believe we can comfortably support an enrollment of 6,000. Now, we're also looking to increase our online offerings. That will be a part of our growth strategy to also begin offering more executive graduate programs that we'll be able to do on nights and weekends. Those have become very popular, and certainly we feel like we're in a position to be able to offer those. So we're looking to expand those. One of the things that we've already done was to have the board of the University of Louisiana System Board has approved our application to offer a general studies degree. That's something that we've gotten approval for, and will now go on the next step to the Board of Regents. We think that's critical so that for students who've accumulated a number of hours and are not able for one reason or another to graduate in a particular discipline that they may have set out for initially, that we have this this safety net for our students to be able to get a general education, general studies degree. I was actually quite surprised that we didn't have one when we first started. But again, we've tried to identify those areas of weakness, and we're trying to take steps to improve on that. Let's see, one question, general studies degree. It's in some schools they call it an interdisciplinary degree, and we'll have all of those requisites online once we were able to get the Board of Regents approval to begin offering the courses. But again, what we found is that we have some students, and one in particular I met had 160 hours of accumulated coursework, but because of the particular major, I think it was sociology, she was not able to. She didn't have enough in her major to satisfy those requirements. So again, we're looking to be able to address people who have accumulated a lot. And let's see. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm being told I need to get back on task. So I'm sorry for getting off task to my team. All right. So next, I want to cover just some of the interactions and meetings that we've had over the first 100 days. We've attended 16 different alumni events, and those have been everywhere from the Ruston Grambling University National Alumni Association chapter event to, again, we were in Houston. We'll be back in Houston in a couple of days. We'll be back in Houston on Friday. We've been to Dallas and attended alumni events there. Even we were in Bastrop. We attended there. So we've been getting around to the Alumni Association chapters. 10 athletic events. We've had what number is this? 9 student groups that we've met with. 6 meetings with the SGA cabinet. 18 meetings with our staff and our cabinet. We've gone through 9 employment searches thus far, and for those of you who are interested in employment here at GSU, go to our website. I'm the last one to sign off on paperwork for employment, so don't call me first if you're looking for a job. Go to the website, and if you're watching me on Facebook, then obviously you know how to navigate the internet. Go to gram.edu and follow to the employment link and see if there are positions that you're qualified for, and I'd encourage you to apply. We've had 8 different meetings with legislators and other advocacy folks. We've attended 15 community events. What is this? 84 campus constituent meetings, 32 one-on-one meetings with students, and again, that doesn't include just me walking across campus or going to the convenience store in Tiger Express or while eating neck bones in Cash Street on Wednesdays. So there are a lot of interactions that I don't even reflect in this number. And we've done 12 different press or media sit-downs, and we had a number of editorial board meetings. We met with the News Star here in Monroe and the Houston Chronicle out in Houston a couple of weeks ago, and we had television appearances in connection with the Red River State Fair Classic this past weekend. John Walton and his team over at KTAL were incredibly busy in helping us to promote that game. Let's see, just talking about our team. Of course, Leon Sanders is still our Vice President for Finance. Dr. Ellen Smiley, our Interim Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Mark Newman, our VP of Advancement. Dr. Damon Wade, Vice President of Institutional Effectiveness and Enrollment Management. Dr. David Rusty Coach Ponton, Interim Vice President for Student Affairs. Martin Amell, our COO. Dr. Obadiah Simmons, Interim Athletic Director. And Will Sutton, our communications director. And again, we're in the final stages of our search for the permanent athletic director. Our committee met on last week, and we're looking to wrap that up here shortly. One of the things that we're in the process of doing right now is refinancing the bonds that were used to build our student housing. Back when that was done in 06, 07, interest rate on that was over 5%. We qualified for a U.S. Department of Education HBCU loan program that will bring our interest rate down to below 2%. That's going to save us around $1.2 million per year in debt service, meaning the cost that we'll have to pay to service the debt on our student housing will decrease by over $1 million per year. We met with the SGA in their General Assembly, and one of the questions that came up was, why does the rent on our dorms continue to go up? Well, it was part of that original financing, and we're looking to be able to provide relief to our students, and we certainly have every intention of keeping the student housing cost affordable. We certainly don't want to price our students out of the ability to stay on campus. So we're doing that in an effort to do a better job of managing the cost of paying for those student housing. Again, I talked about the BS in General Studies. We are on target with our plan to get our nursing program back. I don't know if I mentioned in our first Facebook Live, but certainly when we had our first meeting with Dr. Meg Brown, who's our interim director over in the nursing, Dean of Nursing, they were much further along than quite honestly I knew they were at that time. And so they had already gone through curriculum review and preparation of the budget. And so we've been working on that proposal, and we are about at the point now where we'll be ready to submit it for consideration. And there are multiple steps that we'll have to go through. And for those of you who haven't heard my spiel on this, we'll have to go through the University of Louisiana System Board for their approval, then to the Board of Regents for their approval, and then to the Louisiana State Board of Nursing for their approval. Once we receive the approval of the Board of Nursing, we will be able to hire a program director. 6 months after that point, we would be in a position to hire faculty, and then an additional 6 months after that, we would be able to open the doors to our nursing program. Based upon our plan right now, we look to have an initial class of 30 to start, and we're very encouraged to learn that we've got approximately 50 students who are in majoring in biology right now, essentially as a placeholder for the nursing program. So they're taking all the prerequisites that they would need to take as nursing students, fully believing that we will get this program back up and running. So again, we've got that's just in freshman class. There are other upperclassmen who have who are also awaiting the reopening of our nursing program. So we're still committed to making that happen, and we're looking forward to the day when we can check that one off of our list. We were able to re-sign Coach Broderick Fobbs to a 2-year extension on his contract. Our football team is now 7-1. Is 7-1 or 8-1? 7-1. Okay. We've only lost one game, and that was the University of Arizona, and we would have won that one. But anyway, we're undefeated in the SWAC, and again, we're really excited about that. Our team is currently ranked number 16th in the FCS coaches poll. Coach Fobbs is a finalist for FCS Coach of the Year, And again, we're just incredibly proud of Coach Fobbs and his team, and all the assistant coaches and the managers and the grad assistants and everyone who's a part of that program. Coach Fobbs is just such an incredible man, and he's doing such a great job. And look, we're just kicking off our basketball season as well. And so we're looking forward to a good year for our basketball teams and our other sports as well. One of the things I've been doing is going out and meeting with all of our coaches of the various different teams, and we're encouraged with the vision and the optimism that we have for all of our sports programs. We've done some realignments in our academic affairs area, saving to date approximately $300,000 in some of the reorganization, but we look to do more in terms of a realignment and reorganization of our organizational structure. I think we do have some efficiencies that we can still achieve by doing that, and we're looking to become more efficient at what we do and how we deliver all of our services, from recruitment all the way to graduation. We're looking to improve our retention rates. We're looking to improve our graduation rates. Let's see, we inducted 36 new students into the Earl Lester Cole Honors College. We're proud of those students. Established the Eddie G. Robinson Senior Lecture Series, which is sponsored by the Heritage Group. The first installment of that was today, and we were incredibly honored to have James Shaq Harris as the first in the leadership lecture series. And so he spoke to our freshmen, and to, I believe, the football team was invited to come in for that as well. So we certainly want to give a shout out to Shaq Harris for taking time out to come and mentor and speak to our students today. The Grambling University Foundation, I tell you, Ms. Helen Godfrey Smith and that board has been very active in helping us by raising money to support our mission here at Grambling, and in providing help in so many different ways. Just at our Red River State Fair Classic Gala, the Grambling University Foundation presented a check for $130,000. That was significant, and we're incredibly grateful for that. But there's more work to be done, and again, we're looking for Mr. Newman and his team to continue to move forward with our fundraising activities. And while I'm on that point, and I know they're going to tell me to get back on task, because we're at about 45 minutes now. We've seen struggles from Baton Rouge, and in terms of the state appropriations that we get here at Grambling. I'm firmly convinced that we have the capacity, we have the ability to determine our own destiny, and we should not ever get to the point where we're solely reliant on Baton Rouge for our existence. Unfortunately, I think some in the past have done that, to simply rely on state appropriations. We have the collective wealth and the collective wherewithal to determine our own destiny. And so, I'm encouraging all of you who are watching, and for those that you will interact with, to make an investment in Grambling. One of the things we're having to address right now is the top scholarship program. We currently have 154 students who are recipients of that state scholarship. Well, the legislature only funded part of it, and in all likelihood there's going to be a shortfall for funding it in the spring. So we're now trying to make preparations to be able to absorb or to supplement what's going to be lost through a cut in that top scholarship funding. So again, we need you to support our students and support our foundation who provides scholarships for our students. And look, any contribution that you make, if you want to, in the memo line of your check, say you want this to go to student scholarships, guess what? That's where they're going. And so we just want to encourage all of you to help us to support our students who sometimes need need that additional help. We're very successful in our gap funding, and we're still moving forward with that as well. Help us to make sure these students can continue to be enrolled and be a part of us here at Grambling State University. We're getting back to my list of accomplishments. We're entering into new articulation agreements with community college partners. We'll have the new chancellor from Delta Community College will be here on campus on tomorrow. So again, we're looking to renew and expand on those relationships. We've also established the Dr. Joseph B. Johnson and Mrs. Lula Y. Johnson Endowed Scholarship in the amount of $10,000. And of course, Dr. Joseph B. Johnson, set the mark in terms of being a college president, and certainly, we were incredibly honored to be able to establish this scholarship, endowed scholarship, in his name and in Mrs. Johnson's name. Let's see. On my initial Facebook Live, we talked about beginning setting up a contest for our students to come up with the best student-produced recruitment video. And so many of you stepped up and offered prizes for us to give to the winners of that contest. The contest has now begun. We got all the rules and everything lined up, and so we're the grand prize for that. Again, thanks to your generosity, is $2,000. First place winner will get a $2,000 scholarship here at Grambling State University. Second place will be a $750 scholarship, and third place a $100 scholarship. So again, we thank all of you for contributing and making these prizes available for this contest. And who better to connect with these high school students than our college students who were very recently high school students as well. So they're excited. The students are really excited about it, and we're looking forward to moving that forward. Just a couple of other things, and the list that I've been going through as I've been talking to you will be up on our website. We had hoped to do it this evening, but we're hoping to have that done by the end of the week, and there will be some links on there that will give you the opportunity to update your alumni contact information. That will be very essential for us to be able to communicate with you. And look, if you have if you're technologically driven, but you may have parents or relatives who are not, update their information, and it's real easy. I did it right before logging on, just so I would see how it worked. It was very easy. You put in the name and birth date, and then it prompts you to put the information in. So it's very easy. And for those of you who say you haven't heard from us, you haven't received anything in the mail from us, well, if you will update your contact information and assist some others who may not be able to do it on their own, we'd certainly like for you to do that. And again, there are other links on there that you can follow as well. All right, so we had some questions I'm going to try to get to. And the first question comes from a transfer. Okay, Trey Hicks, and it deals with the band and its marketing and social media. Being a band director and running that band program is certainly not an easy task. And this year we celebrate 90 years of the band and athletics here at Grambling. And again, we're always looking to improve on everything that we're doing. So you may have noticed that there is a new Facebook page that has gone up. That our staff has done a tremendous job in doing, and certainly we look to enhance our social media presence for the band and for everyone else on our campus. And so again, as we're very proud of all the things that we have accomplished. We want to again continue to improve. And we've had a number of requests for the band to go to a lot of different places. That's not an easy task, nor is it an inexpensive task. And so, for those who have contacted us about having the band to come and perform at different events, Battle of the Bands and other things, let's start working on raising the funds necessary to be able to transport the band to these various different events. And again, we look to improve our social media presence. For maybe we can even talk Dr. Pennell into doing a Facebook Live session. I don't know if we can tie him down for an hour, but we'll certainly look to expand. So it's not just me that you're hearing from. That you'll maybe we could even talk Coach Fobbs after the season's over to come and sit down and do a session. So again, we want to be more engaged with you, and you can expect that going forward. You will hear from a number of us here on the campus to speak directly to you, so that so you'll know that we're concerned and we're eager to be engaged with you. All right, let's see, Mr. Is that Eddie Crane, class of '90? It's been 5 years since the students enacted a fee for an improved intramural center. No construction started. Where we are right now, and part of the delay was the fact that here on our campus, we're part of a historic registry, and where the old swimming pool and auditorium is a part of that. We couldn't go forward with the demolition on that particular building because there was a process that we had to go through in order to do that. These projects take time. I remember back in my legislative days, it was estimated that for all capital outlay projects from beginning to end, sometimes took as long as 57 months. So whenever you're unlike for an individual who goes out and builds a home that perhaps they can do in 12 to 18 months. Unfortunately, there are times that you run into delays, but rest assured that right now our facility planning control and all others who are part of the construction team are telling us that we can look to a December 2017 completion date. So I understand your concern, and trust me, Michael Meadows, the student government president, has asked us on a pretty regular and frequent basis what's the status on the intramural center. So again, without going into all the different delays, I mean, there were fiber optics that had to be removed from that area, and we were actually over in the intramural center meeting with Mr. Lilly last week, and they've already made their plans and preparations to relocate during the construction, which will give them the ability to move the project along faster rather than having to work around them over there. So we will definitely be moving forward with that. All right. It was announced that Grambling was getting the library renovated 2 years ago, and $10 million was allocated for this project, but nothing has been done. Okay, so I was in the legislature when not only that $10 million was appropriated, but the other five or so that was appropriated before that for mold remediation and other problems that were created by the spring that runs under the library. Just 2 weeks ago, I think it was, we had the Louisiana Board of Regents here on campus, and I took them to the library. And I explained to them that the library has basically two temperatures, one's hot, one's cold. On that day, it was hot, and so they were able to experience it firsthand. Our students deserve better, and it's my goal to get not a renovated 90,000 square foot dinosaur of a library. It's my intention that our students will get a new state-of-the-art library, the type of library that they deserve, and one that will be will reflect a 21st century institution of higher learning. So our intention now is to get that $10 million that has already been put in the pipeline for those renovations, and change the scope of that project for a new library. Now, obviously, $10 million will not be enough to build a new library, and so you'll be hearing from us in terms of capital campaign in raising some funds for that, as well as additional capital outlay requests that we'll be putting in to try and get more money from the state. But that's something that I'm committed to doing, and I'm planning on being here long enough to see that through. So we're going to give our students what they deserve. Let's see. Also, can we try to get a new science building as well? Resurface the streets, tech. I love our comparisons to tech. I remember that again back during my legislative days, how bad Tech Drive was going through Tech's campus, and nobody wanted to claim ownership of Tech Drive. So the state said it wasn't theirs, the parish said it wasn't theirs, the city, and they literally went round and around until finally they all came together to be able to do an overlay on that. That's a concern that we have as well. We're working with the parish government for some cooperative endeavor agreements so that we can get them to work with us on helping with our streets. In the short term, they've provided some assistance with filling potholes and things like that. All of these are great ideas, but it takes money to accomplish all of this. So we're fortunate. The city of Grambling came through for us and painted the crosswalks all throughout on Main Street throughout the campus. That's something that we appreciate Mayor Jones and the City Council and Public Works Department, Chief Clark, all of them for coordinating and helping us by painting those crosswalks. Again, relationships are important, and we've got lots of good friends and supporters out there. While I'm on that note, I'll mention Mayor Jamie Mayo. I called Mayor Mayo when I first became president and told him we were down to 2 police cars, and he and the city council in Monroe donated two patrol cars for us. Since that time, we've also gotten one from Sheriff Russell with Ouachita Parish. And we got one unit from the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, and want to thank Secretary Charlie Melanson and Colonel Broussard and all of them who made that happen. As far as with the science building, that's something that is certainly on our long range plan as well. But we're having to address these issues as we're able to, and again, you will be hearing from us in terms of a major campus-wide capital campaign, and that's where those of you, and I'm going to keep a note of your name who's asking me about the science building, because I'm expecting you to write the first check when we begin that process. So y'all be careful. I used to do that to Mr. Eddie Crane, class of 1990. Mr. Crane, I want you to be the first one to write a check. I used to do that to my students when I was teaching here at Junk. If they ask a question, I'd say, okay, you go and find it and bring the answer back the next class. So if you bring up an issue, I'm expecting you to be involved. And who was that asked about the library? So we can look for their check too. Will, who wrote the? Oh, several.
Yeah.
Oh,
Eddie Crane.
okay. All of you who wrote about the library, we're expecting you to write checks as we begin our capital campaign to build a new library. Let's see. We had some a couple of occurrences on campus dealing with some couple of altercations. We called a campus-wide meeting and met with our students and just told them, if you get in a fight on campus and you go before the judicial affairs and they say you're going home, guess what? You're going home. So we've not had any problems since we had that meeting. And I mean, let's face it, that's an unfortunate thing that occurred. But again, our students know that we've got a zero tolerance for that, and we're a university where we're preparing leaders to go forward, and so if you're here to learn and you're here to be a leader in our world, then Grambling's the place for you. If you want to go spar with Floyd Mayweather, then you go to Las Vegas and spar with Floyd Mayweather. Let's see. I have 2 minutes. Okay. I was asked to mention on the to donate for 10 for 10. Text 50155. And then follow the instructions after that. So you send a text to 10 for 10, text 50155, and hit send. And I think it sends you back the prompts that you need for that. Let's see if we can get through some more questions. Okay. There was a question about some of our students not being able to vote in the election last week. I'm still not quite sure what occurred with that. We had a number of organizations that conducted voter registration drives here on campus, and unfortunately, we're told that some of the students who completed the applications were not on the voter rolls. Again, not sure what happened with that, but we'll definitely be following up on that. And those students, would be, if the applications didn't get in on time or there was some problem with that, there is still a runoff election here in the state of Louisiana for U.S. Senator. So we would hope that we'd be able to get that squared away so they could vote in that runoff election. Okay, well, there. What about? Our choir is going to be performing. They're performing now. Okay, but they're also going to be performing at, is it Carnegie Hall? Yeah, our university choir has been invited to perform at Carnegie Hall. So we're certainly proud of our choir and the great job that they do. Again, I'm so proud of all of our students. I mean, just to I've gone around campus and drop in on classes and seeing students in the computer labs and everywhere. We talked to a student who had an opportunity to interview with one of the top 3 accounting firms. And has been offered employment, and others got internships. We're proud of the work that our students are doing. We want to encourage you, alums, to encourage our students whenever you encounter them. Again, Grambling is the place where everybody is somebody, and as I've recently said, there's no vision that's too big or too bold for Grambling. That's the leadership that you expect, and that's what we're going to deliver. So I thank you all for being a part of our second installment of Facebook Live tonight. You can continue to share this to your Facebook friends, and then we'll we hope to have others who, if they weren't able to be a part of it tonight, that you can share this. For those questions we didn't get to, we'll try to have those answered online in the coming days. Boy, this time flies. Well, look, thank you all so much. God bless you, and I appreciate the opportunity to be serving as your president, and look forward to addressing you again, as well as others from the campus as we go forward. Continue to pray for our students and faculty and staff, and we just thank you all. Good night.